Christians, when you scratch them, think that Christianity is a new religion. In fact, in the United States of America, it's interesting, we've got more churches than Carter has liver pills, do we not? And if you go and look at each one of them, what you will discover is that everybody has their own image and picture of Jesus, based on their own particular interpretation of the biblical text. We Americans like to pick and choose in the Bible what we like. So you'll go to one church and they'll have this emphasis based on these particular scriptures. They'll go to another church and they'll have their own interpretations on those kind of scriptures, and then they build up their new church. And guess what? If you join that church, you like it for a while, but then you don't like it, then you go to another church. Or in some cases, some traditions, if you don't like it, let's start a new church with our own image of Jesus. It's kind of like in America, we've got to be this entrepreneurship we take into religion. That we will make our own religion to make it fit. But what's interesting is that Jesus starts off his message to these people by making it very clear to them that I am not separating from my faith. The only thing that I'm doing in my preaching is to maintain the strict observance of Jewish law. Indeed, Jesus' nemesis, the Pharisees, Jesus holds up as an example of what it is to be a good Jew. Because he tells all his disciples and everybody that came up to that mountain to listen, he says, unless your righteousness exceeds that of the scribes and Pharisees. You hear what he's saying? He's not saying I'm doing a new thing. He says, I'm just trying to maintain a faithful observance of the old by following the law and the prophets. First time I read that and it actually hit me, it was only about 15 to 20 years ago, and I said, I didn't realize that was in the text. Everybody always told me that Jesus was against the Pharisees, and the Pharisees were Jesus' arch enemies, and that Jesus was doing a new thing. And yet, here in the text, he says, unless your righteousness exceeds that, the scribes and the Pharisees. Jesus is preaching about kingdom living. Not a new kingdom, but the same kingdom that he established. God had established in this covenant with Israel. With Abraham, same covenant. With Moses, it's the same covenant.